With Sonic X Shadow Generations now being a thing and it incorporating elements and characters from the Shadow the Hedgehog game, this now leaves us with the $1,000,000 question. Should you play Shadow the Hedgehog? Let's talk about it.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Shadow the Hedgehog is a 2005 video game, part of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, starring, well, Shadow the Hedgehog. It's a game that incorporates quite a bit of elements seen in other games like platforming, third-person shooting, point A to point B racing, mission-based stages, branching story parts, and more. This is one of the most controversial video games in the Sonic franchise, where despite having a vocal minority of people who absolutely adore this game, me being one of them, there aren't many people in the fandom who look at this game fondly. However, you cannot deny how important this game is to the character of Shadow. And I know a lot of people say that this game doesn't do Shadow's character right. You can debate that, but my argument is that due to its branching story path and players being able to choose whether he takes the path of good, evil, or neutral, there is bound to be inconsistencies somewhere. It's not going to be perfect. I won't go into the story of the game, I won't go into details there, in case some people actually want to seek out this game and actually play it for themselves. But if you want, you can check out the full review and breakdown that I did in the top right corner of the screen, the video that I did. You can check it out after watching this video. But if you don't play this game, and I mean play it in its entirety, because there are multiple endings to the game and one true ending, which leaves people confused, because sometimes they'll play one section of the game and they'll be like, okay, I'm done now, and then they haven't played like 5 other sections, and then on top of that they don't see the true ending of the game. So like it leaves them not with the full experience. It's anticlimactic for them. But if you don't play the game, then you are missing out on a large chunk of Shadow's origin and background. I've seen a lot of misinformation and misconceptions about Shadow, and it's mostly from people who either never played this game or they didn't play it until the actual ending. It really dives into how he came to be. It's a deep dive into how he came to be and the truth behind his creation, and what deals were made, and it being top secret, and there being a big military raid on the Ark, the space colony Ark, whatever you call it. Yeah, there was a raid on the Ark anyways, and there was a big cover up by the government. We learned more about why the humans hate and fear Shadow, and more details on his biology and why he is so powerful. And also, if you played Sonic Heroes, this game takes place after Heroes. I did a video on that too, by the way, which you can check out as well. This game carries a plot. It carries on the plot thread of us not knowing if this Shadow here is the original Shadow the Hedgehog or an android copy created by Dr. Eggman. That's all here. And with the game having multiple story parts and story branches, there's a lot of Shadow lore spread out across the entire game. Not everything is 100% true though, as there is only one true ending. You have to kind of piece together the truth based on your findings, and I might actually do a video on this someday, putting together all the story parts together and finding out what's actually legit parts of Shadow's lore and what is false and just for the game, for the story part, Now you might be thinking, but what about the gameplay? Well, I will say this. The gameplay is not perfect, but it's perfectly fine and playable. I've seen a lot of people and reviewers complain about the gameplay, but I genuinely, and no offense mean this, but I genuinely think that it's a skill issue on their part. Plain and simple. It's pretty easy to learn and get used to. It's basically like almost every other Sonic game, but this one is a bit more edgy and chaotic, and you can shoot guns. More details are in the full review, so again, check that out. It'll be in the pinned comment and in the description. But to answer the question of if you should play this game or not, I'd say yes. It is essential for any Sonic fan to play through this game in its entirety at least once. And even more essential for any fan of Shadow the Hedgehog. The gameplay isn't terrible and you can get through the story mode, you can get through one story mode run fairly quickly, so you can keep playing and trying different parts and getting different endings. Some people say that this game started the Dark Ages, but this game looks like game of the century if you put it up there with Sonic 06, which came out afterwards. Absolutely no comparison. And with Sonic X Shadow Generations coming out and Black Doom returning, I think now is the perfect time to familiarize yourself with the Shadow the Hedgehog game and the storyline and the characters, or maybe just refresh your memory. If you can't get your hands on a copy though, you can always check out my review again. But who exactly is Black Doom? Click the video on the left to find out for yourself, or if you wanna know if Shadow is really an android or not, you can click the video on the right. Thank you guys for watching, make sure you like, share and subscribe. Peace out.